it is your girl Ava, and I am back with a brand new video. So in today's video, we are going to talk about why I decided to quit, take a long sabbatical away from social media. What have I been up to? And why am I calling the femininity community as a femininity creator toxic now? So if you are interested in all that and a lot more, go ahead and drop a purple heart. I missed you all, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's go. Number one, I actually did not plan on taking such a long sabbatical from social media. That was not planned at all. But what happened was, while I was gone, I truly understood the power of privacy. I already knew, the benefits of it, but being gone for so long and not feeling like I was under so much judgment and scrutiny to be a certain type of way or make certain type of content, I really understood the power of privacy, and I wasn't ready to give that up so soon. You see, when you unexpectedly go viral on social media, it's like jumping from the kiddie pool to the ocean. And all of a sudden, you have all these people that are wanting you to teach them how to swim and how to float. And you're like, I'm just now learning myself. How am I supposed to teach you? That is exactly how I felt. I felt like, although I was so appreciative to have so many supporters, I had jumped from the kiddie pool to the ocean, and I was expected to teach all these people something that I was still learning myself. So another reason why I ended up taking such a long sabbatical from social media was because I noticed how much my ADHD symptoms calmed down. I knew that social media was affecting my mental health, but I didn't know how bad. Now, y'all, I went from, if you're looking at my previous videos, being depressed, having anxiety, just like, honestly, just on a level 10 at all times, feeling like I was uneven with the world, to getting off social media for a month. I mean, deleting YouTube, deleting TikTok, deleting Instagram, deleting Twitter, Facebook. I deleted all those apps for a full month, and I woke up, for one, not taking my ADHD medicine. I wasn't taking any of it. I went from doubling up some days to not taking any of it, to not even reverting to my coping mechanisms. Like, a lot of times I'll take a bunch of coffee, or I'll drink a Red Bull or a Monster or something like that. I wasn't doing any of that, and I was still living my day-to-day life. And honestly, I'm going to be real, my life became even more hectic and crazy because the house I was supposed to move into, we didn't end up moving into it because the guy ended up jacking up the price, to almost, $4,000. So I went from having a pretty steady living situation to things being chaotic. And I didn't feel like that I needed to take my medication, my anxiety, my depression, my ADHD medicine. And that's when I really said, okay, the only thing that has changed in my life is social media. Me getting off these apps and really focusing on my life. So I want to show y'all what I learned to do with all the free time. Let me show you. I started a garden, talking about tapping into your feminine nature girl side. So we have lettuce. We have tomatoes that we have been chowing down on, y'all. I don't even think I have any left on my vine. My family comes over and literally just comes straight out here and take my tomatoes. We have cucumbers that I think this is my lucky one because my grandmother came here and she cleaned me out of cucumbers. I have cantaloupe. I have watermelon. I have squash in here. I have so much stuff, and it's a different kind of feeling. Hold on, y'all. It's a little bit messy. We got a dog too. It's a different kind of feeling when you're able to provide for your family in this way. So that is what I decided to do. I decided to take all that time that I was on social media and start a garden. That is exactly what I've been doing. I've been also reading a lot. Hold on. One of the things I love to do is read, and I've been picking up a book, coming out here and just reading without feeling the need to pick up my phone and check my likes, check my shares, see who's saying what about me, who didn't stitch my video and is dragging me to the pits of hell. So those 3 reasons are the main reasons why I stayed gone for so long. It wasn't you all, because you wasn't doing anything. Y'all are honestly, I'm so grateful for y'all. I can't even put into words. And I felt so bad for staying gone so long. Now, speaking of you all, by the way, if you hear clucking or turkey sounds, that is because your girl is living on a farm and my neighbors have horses, cows, turkeys, and chickens. Also little dogs. too. So, and cats. I'm a country girl now, for real. But anyway, like I was saying, I was working on my book while I was away. I wasn't just laying up being his pretty little lady. I was working on my book like I promised. And that's when I realized the feminine community is really toxic. Now, the reason why I say that is because there are two main types of women that are being pushed heavily in the feminine community. That is the lady of leisure who has this super high-powered man that is paying for everything, and she sits around in her nice car with her dog and her teacups, just living it up, which I am all about. Do you, girl? Or the soft girl era, which has turned into, honestly, just another way to say sugar baby. You're just looking for a man to provide. And what I noticed that the common denominator of both of those was a man. The finish line to being a lady of leisure or living a soft girl life is a man. When I watched a lot of these videos of women talking about living in their soft girl era or being a lady of leisure or tapping into their femininity, it was always a man that was the solidifier of that. And that is something that really, really bothered me, because when I began, not to go too much into me, but when I started my femininity, it wasn't for a man. It was because I was so sick of having to be so strong. I was so sick of being afraid of my emotions. I was sick of feeling like that it's me and only me against the world. And I was wondering why I just could not get along with man or woman, and why I just felt like I had to be the one to do it all. Why was I stuck in this masculine position all my life? So that is a big reason why. It wasn't to get a man, because when I was in my super masculine era, I had a man. I had a couple of them. I was a stripper. And now that I'm in my feminine area, I have tons of men. Yes, they are of a better quality, but the whole thing is this: if you tap into your femininity, or if you are embracing your femininity with the trophy being a man, and you start to run that race trying to get to that trophy, and you get to that man and you see that he is not valuing you in the way that you think he should, you are going to think that you're worthless. That all the work that you did on embracing your own femininity and mastering who you were and mastering your soft side and being okay with just being a woman is going to be worthless. You get what I'm saying? And it's not. So that's the reason why I say I feel like the feminine community is really, really toxic, because although I don't want to say all, I will say this: 80% of the women, at the end of the day, they're preaching about a man. They're always, the end of the day, it's a man this, a man that, a man this. I'm just like, girl. And also, just to go on a little rant real quickly, I noticed that men have begun to notice how powerful the word feminine is, and they have begun to take control of it, and they are using it to control and manipulate and gaslight women. You are not a feminine woman if you don't do X, Y, and Z. You are not feminine, and you're not going to get a man if you don't act like this, if you don't look like this, if you're not what they call fresh and fit. That has nothing to do with femininity at all. That's how much we are letting that word control our lives. And when I began to decide to come back to YouTube, I'm going to be very honest with you. When I re-downloaded all the apps and stuff, I didn't know where I fit in here. I really didn't, because I'm not a lady of leisure, which I don't have a problem with. I honestly got extremely bored with that life and with stir crazy. I'm not a super soft girl. And I'm more of an active woman. I like to get my hands dirty. I don't always require my nails to be done, although I like them to be done. But if they can't be done, I don't think of myself as less than or less feminine. I love to be the boss. I really do. I like to be the boss, but I had to learn how to work interdependently. And I think that with me being taught to be so independent, with me being taught to lead with my masculine energy, I did not know how to be interdependent. I knew how to be the boss. I knew how to be the leader. I knew how to be the head honcho, but I did not know how to take a step back. And that was something that, honestly, ladies, I'm really enjoying. Literally just taking a step back and letting him handle it. Or honestly, even when a man is not around, just not saying nothing at all. just taking a step back in that sense. It doesn't always have to be about a man, but I've learned to just be quiet. And that has nothing to do with like you're talking too much, but a lot of times people are fussing. I'm just like, okay. I won't respond back to messages that I feel like are combative or any of that stuff. Like, I just don't do it. But yeah, just to get back on topic, my big hesitation was, honestly, there was also a veil of embarrassment because I wanted to go back to work. I did not just want to lay up and wait for him to hand me cash. I didn't want to be a lady of leisure. I didn't find enjoyment of that. I never desired to be a wife or a mother. So all of that combined with the fact of me being a femininity teacher or coach, I'm like, how am I supposed to teach these women something that I truly that doesn't resonate with me? Like, I don't desire to be a wife. I don't desire to have children. I want to learn how to work independently, and I want to learn how to stop being so strong and masculine. But all the things that are being quoted or under the feminine umbrella, I don't want those things. Like, I like my garden. I love my garden. I like to read. I prefer, honestly, I prefer flowers over books. I'm just going to be honest. I like flowers. Sunflowers are my favorite. Like, I will never turn down flowers, but I'm to the stage, if I was single and was dating and stuff like that, I would tell a guy, bring me your favorite book for a first date. If you want to bring me anything, gift me anything, I want to know what you're into. So that's the type of feminine girl. I'm a active feminine woman, and I'm okay with that. Like, I enjoy being in the meetings. I enjoy also being a right hand too. So I'm still learning a lot about my femininity, which is why I needed to take a step back, because I have to learn a lot and almost master it before I can even give y'all any insight on what I think. But that is to go into another thing. Okay, I know I'm ranting. We're in the same spot and I'm ranting. Just hang in there with me, okay? This goes into the second reason why I think the feminine community is very toxic. Your femininity is not my femininity. A lot of women are beginning to base another woman's success when she's, in her soft girl era, in her lady of leisure era, in her feminine era. Sorry, flies. And say, oh, well, I know if I become soft and feminine, then that's going to be me. No, it's not. It might not be. You might not ever get to experience what she experienced. That doesn't mean that you are less soft and less feminine and that there's something wrong with you. I've noticed that a lot of people are copycatting another woman's feminine era, and it's not turning out the way they think. And that scares me, because I don't want you all to copy me thinking that my results are going to be your results. So that's another reason why I took some of my videos down, because I'm just like, I don't want y'all thinking you're going to tap into your femininity and meet a millionaire man. Like, I've been through this man. We just decided to get together. So yeah, that is pretty much why I think the feminine community is a bit toxic, because a lot of women are copycatting instead of embracing themselves. And there's two type of women being pushed, and I think that's not fair, because there's a lot more to you than a man. There's a lot more to you than being a lady of leisure. And not going against a man. It's nice to have help, but that's not what embracing your femininity is all about. So I'm going to wrap that up, because it's looking like I've been talking for almost 20 minutes. Follow for more and let me know what you think. Bye.